This is my practical, no bullshit guide on how to build an aesthetic physique that will make you more attractive to women. For guys who want some real advice for someone who's been on this journey for a couple years, or at least has made significant progress in this journey. Now, I started going to the gym and training consistently about 2.5 years ago with the same goals as you. I want to build a muscular and aesthetic physique so that I can attract women, I can be more confident, and I don't have to hate my body. Now, I'm going to try and give you the best, the most real advice that I can in hopes of helping as many young guys who were at the same starting point as I was. Because of how much my life has changed because of going to the gym and building a muscular physique. You really cannot underestimate how much having a muscular physique improves every single aspect of your life. Now, I'm going to assume that if you're watching this video, you're a guy between the ages of like 13 and 30, and you clicked on this specifically because it's a guide on how to build an attractive body, an attractive physique. Now, I'm also going to assume that you want to build this body so you can attract the opposite sex, and you believe that building a muscular physique will help you with this. And I'm going to tell you the truth straight away. It absolutely does. So with that, let's get into the video. In order to build this attractive physique, you must do resistance training, aka weightlifting. Now, lifting weights will allow you to build muscle as long as you progressively overload your training. Progressive overload is when you slowly increase the difficulty of your training over time through increasing the weights, increasing the reps, or increasing the time under tension, or even like sets or changing exercises to be more difficult. Basically, you increase the stress you place on your muscles whilst you train, literally forcing them to grow. Now, if you want to have an attractive physique, you have to train like a bodybuilder and not like a powerlifter, a strongman, or a crossfitter. You must focus on hypertrophy and not on just increasing your strength or improving your squat, bench, deadlift. Now, even though you don't focus on strength through training for hypertrophy, your strength will improve. Like, for example, I don't train for strength, but all of my maxes have increased significantly. Some have doubled in the last 2 years since I've been training. However, if you focus entirely on becoming stronger, you will end up looking like this and not like this. In this video, I'm going to go over the attractive muscle groups. These are the groups of muscles that you have to focus on in order to build an attractive physique. I'm not going to go too in depth of how to actually train these. I'll mention some exercises for them. However, there's tons of videos out there on how to safely and correctly perform these activities by people who are a lot more experienced than I am. Now, the first attractive muscle is the chest. Having a big chest will make you look a lot more powerful and attractive. I personally believe it's one of the most important muscles to grow, as it just brings your whole upper body together. It's the first thing that people see when they look at you. If you're muscular but you have a small chest, it just makes your physique look really weird. Just compare the bodybuilders of the Bronze era before they invented the bench press and could really train chest, and then the Silver era. The Silver era guys look so much more aesthetic because of how their chest looks. Now, a big chest can't really be hidden under clothes, and it'll make you look bigger even whilst wearing clothes. However, in order to avoid the saggy tit look that like Andrew Tate has, you want to focus on building this upper part of your chest. Now, the best way to do this and the way I exploded my chest was through incline dumbbell bench press. However, you want to hit your mid-chest with flat bench and also pec deck flies as well. The second aesthetic muscle group is your back and your deltoids. Now, your back and deltoids are vital for building a V-taper, which is the most attractive body type for a male to have. It gives your upper back width and makes you look kind of like an upside down Dorito. Now, growing these muscles will make your upper body look wider and make your waist look smaller in proportion, which is absolutely necessary if you want to build an attractive physique. Now, you grow your lateral deltoid, your side deltoid, through lateral raises, and you will see a difference in your physique as soon as you start doing them. And you grow your lats through doing pull downs, pull ups, and lat push downs. Now, whilst your chest, your back, and your deltoids will give you that V shape, that V taper, and will actually shape your physique, shape that aesthetic physique. Most of the time, they'll be hidden under a t-shirt and can't really be seen, especially if it's a baggy t-shirt. Your arms, on the other hand, are almost always visible. So by growing some juicy biceps, some triceps, and some forearms, it will really add a lot to your physique as they're almost constantly being shown off. The next aesthetic muscle group is abs. Abs are the symbol of that Greek god aesthetic physique. Everyone has wanted and tried to get a six-pack. Now my advice is to focus on the lower set of abs, as your upper four-pack will probably already be developed through just a normal weightlifting program. And the final aesthetic muscle is one that not many people talk about, and it's your neck. Your neck will always be visible to people, no matter what you're wearing, and will have a huge impact on how muscular and masculine you look. Having a big neck will make you look more masculine and make your physique look bigger. If you have a small neck, if you have a little weedy skinny neck, even if you're jacked, you will look like you don't even lift if people can't see your physique, giving you like a sleeper build or a coma build. Apart from the actual weight training and weightlifting, your diet will impact your physique the most. It doesn't really matter how much or how hard you train. If your diet is bad, if you don't eat enough protein, if you eat junk food, if you don't go through proper bulks and cuts, you will not build an attractive muscular physique, no matter how hard you train in the gym. You cannot out-train a bad diet. Now, whilst you should try and eat as clean as possible, in the beginning, the first couple of years of your fitness journey, the quality of your food doesn't really matter. What really matters is how many calories you eat, especially if you're trying to bulk. If you need to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit. This is where the number of calories you eat is a couple hundred below your maintenance calories. If you're skinny and need to gain weight, you need to be in a calorie surplus. This is where your calories that you're eating are a few hundred calories above your maintenance. If, like me, you started very skinny and believe that you can't gain weight, you're a hard gainer, it's simply because you aren't eating enough. You literally need to force yourself to eat 3,000, 4,000 calories every day consistently. Whether you do that through splitting into many small meals or just having a ton of snacks during the day, you'll need to eat more food if you actually want to put on size. Once you start a proper cut and stick with it consistently, you'll notice you'll start to gain a lot more muscle and size very quickly as you bulk up. In fact, it almost gives you like a new set of newbie gains if you finally, after like years of not eating enough, you finally start eating enough food, because your body is like, finally we have enough resources to build the amount of muscle that we should have been building this whole time. So if you cannot gain size, if you can't increase weight, you need to just eat more. Like when I was in my first year of training, I barely ate anything. I ended up with a pathetic looking physique. You can see that I had muscle, but it wasn't like an impressive physique. Over the last 6 months, I've really dialed in on my bulk, and you can see the results of what happens when you start eating the right amount of food, when you finally start bulking or cutting properly. Now, whilst the quality of your food that you eat isn't vital, the majority of your food should be high quality, proper food. You should be eating chicken, pasta, sausages, eggs, bread, and not just fast food or chocolate or snacks the whole time. Although, if you are a bulky and hard gainer, eating some unhealthy food, eating some unhealthy snacks, it can benefit you. Now, here's some quick tips for you. Do not focus on gaining strength or on improving your squat, your bench, or your deadlift. Instead, you must focus on hypertrophy with more isolation exercises. When you train for squat, bench, deadlift, you will not build an aesthetic, attractive physique if that's your goal. Instead, you have to work those isolation movements that train the muscle specifically. You must also train extremely hard, going either close to or near failure. The last few reps that you do, you should be struggling. You should be fucking killing yourself trying to finish. Now, I personally train 6 days a week, and I love training most days of the week. However, you may be only able to train 4 days or 5 days out of the week. Set out your gym schedule so that you can be consistent and that you don't have to quit after 2 weeks because you're training too much. Now, I personally recommend a push-pull legs or an Arnold split, as I've used both of them in the last 2.5 years, and I've gotten some great results from them. You should aim to train every muscle group twice per week. So don't use a bro split. Bro splits do not work. And one of the final pieces of advice is to use motivation and discipline. Whilst we know that discipline is vital, it's so important if you want to keep on going to gym and building an aesthetic physique. Motivation will also help you so much more than you could ever imagine. The way you use motivation positively on your fitness journey is finding a bodybuilder that you want to look like, your dream physique, and use that as motivation to train balls to the wall. For me personally, it's Alex Eubank. So if I'm ever tired at the gym or before I set, I don't really have the energy to go really push hard, I'll watch an Alex Eubank edit, or let's just look at a picture of his physique. I'll be motivated because I know that if I train hard enough, one day I will look like him. I might not look exactly like him, but I'll have a similar physique to that. Now, if you can get a gym bro or a gym partner that will train with you, it will help you so much in your journey. Having someone to motivate and push you will get you so much further along than if you're just training by yourself. Plus, he'll be able to help you out by pushing you past failure with assisted reps, partials, even just him screaming at you, motivating you. And if you do train by yourself, wear headphones, listen to music, especially heavy metal in my opinion, as it will help you focus and train even harder than if you just have to listen to the garbage music that the gym plays. Unless you have really bad form, you can train very, very intensely with literally almost no chance of injuring yourself. Do not be afraid of pushing yourself to your limit. Do not be afraid of pushing yourself to the point where you literally feel that your bicep is about to tear off. That's the only way that you're going to be able to improve yourself. Don't train like a bitch. If you want real results, you must train intensely and do that for years. The final piece of advice I have for you is just stay consistent. Stay consistent. There's this whole meme of every single year people go around for New Year's resolutions. I'm gonna go to the gym today. I'm gonna go to the gym this year. I'm gonna be so dedicated, so disciplined. I'm never gonna stop. This is my year. I'm gonna challenge myself and be strong as hell. Build a huge physique, and then they train for a week or 2 weeks. They get tired of it and they quit. Here in my university, I noticed that it happened in February. Once lecture started, rather in January. And literally, at the start of February, the gym was packed at 11 a.m. Then yesterday, went at 11 a.m., almost empty. Everyone quit. These are 20-year-olds. These are 20, 25-year-olds at the most. And they couldn't even go to the gym for 2 weeks before they decided to just give up and just stay home and play video games and just drink alcohol all day. That's your competition. As long as you can just go consistently and keep on going to the gym for the next 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, there is no chance that you do not build an attractive aesthetic physique. It doesn't matter where your starting point is. Look at the pictures of when I started. I was a weed. I weighed 55 kg. I don't think you can have a worse starting point than that. But then within 2.5 years, I'm up 20 kg. I'm just a lot more jacked, a lot more attractive, a lot more aesthetic. And I honestly don't know where I'd be, how I would view myself, how my life would be, what my confidence would be if I didn't take those steps, if I didn't spend those 2.5 years going to the gym, if I didn't put in the effort to do a proper bulk, if I didn't sacrifice for what I wanted, and instead let my goal of having a muscular and attractive physique be the sacrifice I was willing to make. So that's what you have to do. You decide, okay, having a muscular, attractive physique will change my life 100%. It will change your life more than anything else. Any other self-improvement habit, the gym is above all of them. There's literally nothing, because it just encourages you to improve every other aspect of your life. So you have to choose either the gym, the best, most helpful self-improvement habit of all time, or sleeping in, watching video games, scrolling on social media. Like, to me, it seems a bit ridiculous if you don't go to the gym, because going to the gym isn't that hard. In the start it is, but then once you get through that, you'll love it. You become addicted to it. Like, when I first started, I would literally be walking out of the gym and be walking home, and I literally could not raise my arms. I could not hold my phone in my hand. I had to let it just dangle because my arm hurt so much. On leg days, I had to just I had to just crawl back home. And yet the whole time I was thinking, I can't wait to go back tomorrow and train. When I was in classes in my last year of A-level, I was like I would just daydream and just think, oh, later on I get to do bench press, I get to do curls, I get to do all this stuff. And it was just so motivating to finally have something which I could put everything into every single day and have like results come back quite easily, like guaranteed results. This is going to the gym. If you go to the gym and train hard, you are guaranteed to have a muscular physique. You are guaranteed to become more attractive, to become more muscular, to become more aesthetic. It's literally 100% guarantee. If you want this and you don't do it, I really don't know what to say to you, because it is a habit that will give you so much back. The return on investment is insane, because all it requires is a little bit of time and effort, and it gives you back everything. It improves your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health. Go do heavy leg squats. You'll be praying to God, asking for his strength within like the first few months. Basically, going to the gym is the best, and it will improve your life in every single way. So I hope you learned a lot from this video. I hope that if you haven't already started going to the gym, this will motivate you too, because it will actually change your life in every single way. And with that, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.